This afternoon we're going to take a look at a pair of Super Duty shafts that belong to my customer Corey. It's for one of his trucks, and it had driven into problems. It's a 10 or a 13-year-old truck. I don't recall what he told me. So it's not as old as some of the ones I've been seeing lately, but it still had U-joint issues, and they had tried to working on the CV on the front drive shaft, and he didn't like the way it was headed, so he just parked that and brought it to me, which it's a good decision, Corey. There was no hammers involved, and it was a little bit, I can tell there was a little bit of ball joint press action. I straightened that out. We'll talk about that on the front one. This is the rear. That was untouched. It was OE. It had everything just like it left Dearborn. And so I took it all apart. It was middle of the range on the SCSI meter. It really wasn't that bad. It's slightly pitted. I gauged it, and it still really wasn't diminished at all in the wall thickness. Just a little bit of just very minor pinning. So I sandblasted everything, took it all apart, and touched everything up internally there. So it's all new innards. Corey had got some of these guys here from Ford parts, and they were U-joints, and there was kind of a mixed bag of tricks. The first couple I picked up, as luck would have it, looked exactly like these guys, spicers, the real deal that I always run. And so you can see how they're wrapped. I mean, and I came to one tap and I could see that white slinger, so, and it's pretty well wrapped up in there. So when I took it apart, I did find two spicer ones, and that had been my experience before. A lot of the Ford parts, just, people do show up with these things sometimes, and they have been spicers a lot of the time. Apparently not 100% of the time, because I unwrapped two of them and I found spicers. When I got to the third one, it was this guy. So that's the stand-in. I think it was manufactured by the same folks that sent us the COVID. Those nice people. So I parked that guy, and I filled up the rest of the open holes here with spicer components like I said I would. And pretty much the unknown quality of these things, I'm not going to do it. So, and it also had a mystery part in here. I have no idea what that was for, but that was in one of the bags. The bag that I opened, that was, once I got to the first ringer, I stopped and saw what was up. So anyways, that's the saga of the U-joints. We're going to whack the throttle here. This guy's tuned up now. Nothing but a win, really, in the long run. He's on up. That's about 2,700 RPM right there. Zero at the transfer case. Nobody home. Same thing at the rear axle. So this is a good deal because the original drive shaft will stay with the truck. It's in very good condition. Slip yoke stub as always. I took this apart, cleaned it out. You can see there's a grease fitting whizzing around there now that I put in. That is standard procedure for me when I can do it, and I'll explain why I'm saying that on the front shaft. But that's all tuned up. Spicers 1350 snap plates all the way down. New boot kit, ball kit in the centering device, and so that's good to go, and that's tuned up really nicely. So the next stop for that's the paint booth, and coming up right away will be that guy, the mate to this rear shaft. That's the front for the same truck.